All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our fourth review for the first season of The Walking Dead World Beyond. This is for episode 4, The Wrong End of a Telescope. Alright, so another week, another mediocre at best episode of Walking Dead World Beyond. So, this is now the fourth episode of the first season. I think there's supposed to be 10 episodes for this season, so we're almost to the halfway mark right now for Walking Dead World Beyond. It's going by kind of quick, kind of fast. Maybe that's because I'm kind of distracted a little bit because we had the premiere of the finale of The Walking Dead Season 10, which was awesome. And then we've had 2 awesome episodes of Fear the Walking Dead to start things off with Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. And so now we're up to the 4th episode for Walking Dead World Beyond this week. So, The Wrong End of a Telescope. Okay, so I watched this episode about a day ago, and I'm trying to remember everything in it, and I'm kind of struggling because I almost fell asleep during part of the episode, but I'm like, oh, you gotta stay awake, Trevor. You gotta do a review for everybody because, some people are not gonna watch it, so they're gonna want to know what happens. So these videos can serve to kind of recap you on the episodes and see what you guys think. So this wasn't a bad episode or anything. It's just, I don't know, man. Out of all the characters in it, I guess Hope is a pretty. I like Hope. She's a pretty good character. Silas is okay. He gets some more kind of spotlight time in this episode where he actually ground and pounds a zombie. Sort of. They don't show it too much with his bare hands too, so it's kind of weird. You have like a zombie that goes, he gets it down and then he starts like he kind of loses it on it and kind of blacks out and starts ground and pounding the zombie and I guess beats it to death or something of the sort. They don't really show it all that well, but they kind of show the rest of them kind of like getting him to snap out of it and everything and to stop punching this zombie, which was pretty cool. I guess that's something new. I don't think we've ever seen anyone do that before. I'd always like to see someone with like using brass knucks or something, like bash some zombie heads with the knucks. Althea in Fear sort of has like some spiked knucks type of thing, so it's something. But yeah, so Silas is okay, and he's got some good stuff in this one. There's a part where him and Iris do this kind of dance thing, and I think it's like the gymnasium, and it sort of reminds them of before. So they go in, basically in this episode, they go into a abandoned high school. So it says, for the description, the group seeks shelter from a storm inside an abandoned high school. While resupplying, they imagine what high school life was once like and encounter new threats, both living and dead. So there's a part where you have Iris and Silas, and they kind of do like a prom dancing thing or something like this, and then and that was a pretty good part. It has a nice transition into like the past before of kind of them remembering maybe going to high school dances or something like this. My impression was that they were sort of in college in the were they in college in the campus community before it was wiped out? I guess it's kind of like the same thing, because it's a closed-off community. It's not the same as the regular world, so you wouldn't have different schools probably for high school or college. You probably just go and study whatever based on whatever. So they're around that age range, late teenager to time when you're getting ready for college, that type of thing. So that was okay, and there is actually a wolf in this one, which was kind of cool. It wasn't used all that much. It was just kind of there and kind of scary to see. I thought it might be kind of cool, like they might use it a little bit more in this episode, but they didn't use it that much. It was just kind of like there. It was kind of scary. You saw like some blood trails from some walkers kind of being pulled away, so it was kind of cool. But it didn't add that much to it. I'm trying to think, is this the first time we've seen I think it's a wolf. I don't think it's a dog, like a wolf eating zombies. So I guess this wolf is eating zombies, and it's kind of a threat there in the high school throughout this episode as they're kind of going through and gathering supplies and getting shelter from the storm outside. Which it does roll in pretty cool with the credits kind of showing as the storm kind of starts or gets ready to go through. And we do have in this one Felix and Elton, who does kind of agree with Felix that he'll help him try to bring the group back to the original community. Now, they don't know in this one that the original community has actually been wiped out by Elizabeth and the CRM. So unknowns to Felix and to Huck and the others. If they do go back, which maybe they will turn around and kind of go back, because we do kind of get the sense that the kids really are not ready. Silas, for example, maybe can hold his own better than maybe the others, but even him, he's kind of like, he's not quite right in the head. It seems like he kind of blacks out and does foolish things that put himself in danger, like even just punching bare knuckle a walker. I mean, I guess if you have to, you could, but if you get bitten as a part of that or something, it's they're not being too strategic about it. So they do say that they wouldn't want to go back through the bog or the blaze of glory. So they'd have to kind of go around. There's a mention of the Mississippi River in a preview, and there is kind of a bridge, which is kind of like, I think, blown down too, which is kind of cool because it just reminds you sort of like Rick. So we got all that stuff, and we do get to see some experiments taking place at the CRM with some of the test subjects. So you have different test subjects, and you have a lady and some others there. They're kind of going around and testing things on the walkers. So we do get a sense that at the CRM they are playing sort of Day of the Dead. So that prediction or that theory sounds like it's right, that the CRM is playing like a Day of the Dead, Dr. Frankenstein kind of thing, and they are testing on the walkers themselves. So Rick most likely is somehow in and around there. He'll have to be alive. Like, they wouldn't kill him off screen or anything. He wouldn't be tested on in that way. But he may have been tested on in some kind of a way. And who knows, maybe they'll use the Andrew Lincoln idea, which was that Rick is the cure at some point. They could do it. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as the comic. And he does seem to like that idea, so maybe they could use something like that. So maybe trying to find a cure for the zombie virus or something like this. And we'll see what they can do. But they did show a little bit of the CRM kind of testing, and that is one good thing about the show, is you get to see the CRM. So it was an okay episode at best. I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 10. And mainly the reason why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 is it's not because I hate it. I thought it was good enough. Okay, it was a little bit boring at parts, but it was okay enough. The wolf was kind of cool and that kind of stuff. But there's just something missing from World Beyond. It feels like you have the teenagers who are a little bit too young for me to be able to relate to. I know it's trying to build a new audience, and people have mentioned that in comments, so I'm not saying that it can't get its audience or it won't be able to build its audience. I think maybe it will be able to relate better to kids around that age. But for me, it's just missing like some really great forefront characters, like some A-listers that I want to see. Now, people would say, well, Trevor, that's Felix and Huck, I guess. But I'd be like, okay, I don't know. Felix is kind of cool. Huck is okay, I guess. It's just missing something. You don't really have... I understand they're trying to maybe make Felix sort of be the Rick of the series or whatever, protecting the kids and doing all that kind of stuff. And then the kids are sort of like, I don't know, maybe Elton is your Carl or something. You can find kind of equivalence here. But it really feels like at the very forefront of the series, the ones they picked were kind of Iris and Hope as the sisters. There's even a flashback of this one of their dad and that kind of stuff. And I believe it sort of reveals that they were adopted or something like that. It seems like. But I just have to say that, putting Iris at the forefront, for me anyway, is damaging to the show. Because I don't really like Iris. Don't really care for her. I obviously don't relate to her or anything. So you have the two of them. It's okay. Again, maybe it will relate better to people that are around that age category and that whole thing. But I am struggling a lot with World Beyond to find characters that I actually care about, that I want to see survive and I want to see do well. Because so far, going through it, I feel some sympathy for some of them, like Felix with the flashbacks with his dad and stuff. But I sort of feel like I haven't found, a character that I really like from World Beyond yet. They're all so far just kind of meh or blah or whatever. And, maybe it'll take some time to kind of get used to them and for them to, maybe they'll grow on us over time. Maybe that's what we're looking for. But yeah, so far it haven't resonated. None of the characters have really resonated with me yet. So we'll see if that changes over time. So a 5 out of 10 for this episode for me. Right in the middle. Not an amazing episode, not the worst episode ever, but just right in the middle. Let me know what you guys thought. If you got to see this one, if you missed it, don't worry about it. You could just watch next week's if you want to. And if you like this review, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another Walking Dead video. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.